Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is 413 Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Rahim Escalay. Sitting with me today is a young man, the Central Eagles running back. Guard your ankles because they're about to get taken. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you Marcus Crawford. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Doing good, good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yes, you're welcome, Marcus. Your high-level performance on the field clearly screams that you love football. Where did that come from, your love of football?
Well, I started playing football around third grade. I kind of got the love for football from my dad. He played in high school and college as well. So it kind of just came down to me.
Awesome. So it just trickled down from your father. Were you able to watch him when you were younger, growing up?
No, I haven't been able to watch him, but I seen some pictures of him, some film.
Okay. I've had a lot of time to study your game thoroughly. I'm impressed at your footwork. Where do you get that from?
I mean, just going to the field and practicing, using the ladder, bags, jumping over the bags, just trying to get out there 3 times a week, just working at it, making sure it's the best I can make it.
Right, exactly. Practice makes perfect. So you're going hard in every drill you can.
Yeah.
Awesome. And that brings me to wonder, what kind of halfback do you see yourself as? Are you a fast guy or a receiver, or are you one of those ground and pound, give it to me for a second and third down, let me run it up the middle?
I'd say that most people look at me as that fast type of receiver, running back type of position because of my speed. But I mean, I love just running straight down the middle, just give me the ball and follow the O-line and go right up the gut.
Yes, sir. Also on some of your tape, I saw you line up at free safety, and it says that you were even kicker once. What out of all those positions, which one's your favorite?
I'd probably say running back is my favorite. And then I got to play a little bit of free safety, but not as much. But I do enjoy playing a little defense. And then kicker, we needed a kicker. I tried it, and I could kick, so that's what I ended up doing.
It was awesome. Did you hit any field goals?
Yeah, the game against Minichaw that we played, I was 5 for 7. Well, not field goals, but extra points.
Extra points.
Yeah.
Nice. That's that next man up mentality. I see that rings that is very synonymous with you. How did you manage your mental and physical fitness during the pandemic? As you know, last year with all the sports getting stopped and scheduling and everything coming to a halt.
I mean, my mentality was kind of like, even though stuff was shut down, that I would still be working and trying to go to the field. I have a great strength and conditioning coach that I go to work out, get my workouts in. And then I go to the field with my father sometimes. And then I was always, there was a break in the world, but football, there wasn't really a break for me.
Oh, yes, sir. Right. You can't let there be any drop off.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in the NFL, current or retired, that has inspired your game?
I'd say Barry Sanders has inspired my game. I wear number 20 actually because of him.
Yeah.
And his elusiveness, his strength, his speed, just everything. He has it all, and I look after that. Like, I look up to that.
Yeah, most definitely. And given with your tape, it seems like you definitely play like that. That little shake and bake.
Yeah.
What professional teams do you root for? I always like to ask guys this. You never, you go on ESPN or NESN or whatever, And as an athlete, you know, I always wondered, gee, I wonder what guys like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, who they used to root for. What professional team do you support, if any?
Well, right now I root for the Jets because my father was from New York, so that kind of took after me. Yeah, it hasn't been the best of seasons, but hopefully they can start to pick it up in the upcoming seasons.
Well, most definitely. I think the Jets are going to go with Zach Wilson. Now that's if San Francisco doesn't take him earlier, because you see they just made a move up with that trade. So it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I see Zach Wilson going there and that rebuild starting, and maybe the Jets will turn it around. I don't know. Yeah. You still got the Patriots in front of you, who spent $160 million in free agency, and the Bills are the reigning division winners. So that's a tough mountain to climb.
Yeah, I think it'll take a little bit of time, but hopefully the sooner the better.
Most definitely. Are there any sports other than football that you're interested or that you play in your free time?
I actually play lacrosse too in the spring. Okay. And then last year I did indoor track, but this year there wasn't an indoor track due to COVID. So, but I've been playing lacrosse a little bit after football.
Yeah.
And it just keeps me going. I like to run around, you know.
Yeah.
And it was I was introduced to it by one of my dad's friends, and they were like, "Oh, you should play lacrosse." So I was like, "Sure, I'll try it out," because I wasn't really a baseball guy. So I played lacrosse, and then now I still play lacrosse, and it's treated me well.
Awesome. Now, honestly, I've seen it a couple times, so bear with me, because I'm going to ask you this. Can you explain to me and to maybe some of my viewers that don't know anything about lacrosse? Can you tell me just the basics? Like, what would I need to know if I were to suit up and go out there with you tomorrow?
Well, lacrosse is it was designed to be a mixture of like multiple different sports, like basketball, football, soccer. So there's 2 nets on each side. Yep. And they're 6x6.
Okay.
Either 6x6 or it might not be 6x6. It might be a rectangle, but you can go. So the goals are actually, the unique thing about it are like at a quarter length of the field, so you could actually go behind the goals.
Awesome.
And then there's like a little crease around the goals that you can't go into, and pretty much you have a stick and a kind of like a basket almost thing that's like strung up, and then whoever can get the most goals at the end of the day wins. You have to pass, you have to defend, you know, play with your team, and it's really fun.
It looks fun, man. I just see dudes running, I see sticks getting swung, and I'm like, oh gee, it looks awesome. But I'm glad I was able to ask you, and that was very, very informative the way you described that. Now, as far as any other sports professionally, are there any other teams you root for? Who are you for baseball?
I don't really watch a lot of baseball, but for baseball, I root for the Yankees. Again. Yeah, I kind of I'm pretty much a New York guy because my dad was a New York guy. So
okay.
I like a lot of the New York. I root for a lot of the New York fan bases and stuff.
Awesome. My last question I have for you, I noticed on the outside of your Twitter, and what does Matthew chapter 6 verse 22 mean to you?
So the verse is that to pretty much put God first and everything else will come. And I try to apply that to my life, because I want to be almost like a light to the people that are around me. I want to bring them like happiness, joy, and like I just want to be there for people, and I feel like God's there for me and for everybody. And I aspire to be closer to God and be as loving and kind and forgiveful and graceful as He is.
You're a remarkable young man, Marcus. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 413 Sports Talk. Sitting down with me tonight was the great Marcus Crawford. I'm your host, Raheem Escalay. Thank you for coming, Marcus. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.